are you looking for a new hobby? Maybe woodworking, ceramics, maybe something else to do with your hands. There's an event that's happening tomorrow in Mankato where you can try more than a dozen creative activities, speed dating style.
Ooh, that's interesting. It's happening at the Mankato Makerspace. Tyler Vaughn is a shop lead at the Makerspace. He joins us now over Zoom. Tyler, good to see you.
Hi, thanks for having me on, y'all.
Tell us about this Makerspace. I hear it's something really special.
Yeah, the Makerspace is a really awesome organization down in Mankato. We have a sort of cooperative model where people who do all sorts of different crafts and arts come together and cooperatively share a space where all sorts of tools for different types of disciplines are available. And there are classes so that people can come in and learn new skills and trades. And we are a membership model, so people can sign up for a membership as well and have access to all of the tools and equipment that you see here in this video that's playing.
Well, that's a really great idea, I think, having the tools already there, because I think a lot of people have interest in trying something new, but by the time you factor in all of the things that you need, whether you're doing beading, whether you're doing clay, whether you're doing woodworking, if you don't have unlimited funds and all of the money to get all of the tools, it can be something that deters you, right? Or it kind of stops you in your tracks from doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. And having the space and all the equipment there really enables people that want to come in and try something, or they're very serious about maybe taking the next step in terms of building out a business. They have the ability to come in and take advantage of all those resources pooled in one place.
Yeah, smart.
So you have this really neat thing happening this weekend. We compared it to kind of like speed dating, where people can go and spend a certain amount of time trying all these different things. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so it's very much like a class sampler. We have bigger versions of all of the classes that we're going to be offering on Saturday, but we've scaled them down to miniature versions so that people can get a small taste of hand building in clay, or glass blowing a bead, or hammering some metal for a piece of jewelry, or getting their hands on a bowl gouge and feeling what it's like to be able to turn a bowl. So being able to go through all of the different shop areas in the makerspace and get an idea about what types of things they might be interested in, and try 12 or 14 different things in one night. So it's a really great preview for the classes that we regularly offer throughout the year in all of those discipline areas. And it gives people an idea of the equipment that's available at Makerspace and all the different things that they could possibly do to pursue their creative passions.
Is this something you guys have done in the past? I'm just kind of curious about the interest, because you don't just apply to adults, but I mean, kids can come, maybe not the littlest of little, but younger folks can come and try their hand too.
Yeah, definitely. We've done this 2 or 3 times a year, and they're routinely sold out. We can take about 40, 45 people to be able to come through and still have a really nice experience being able to try all these different things. We always have one in April, and we always have one in September, and sometimes we have a third sort of in the middle of the summer as well. So this opportunity routinely comes up. And if you can't make the class sampler, there's all sorts of introductory classes, like throwing on the wheel, or introductory woodworking classes. People can come and make a cutting board. They can come learn how to do glass blowing or stained glass. They can learn about 3D printing. And all of those things are regularly accessible to people who want to come either during the week, on an evening, or on the weekend when they have some time as well.
Did I see you guys also have a way to teach people how to do screen printing for like t-shirts and stuff?
Yeah, we have a print replication shop, and there's all sorts of merchandise that gets printed. A lot of the things that we sell for our own merchandise, we print ourselves at the Makerspace.
And for folks who maybe are a little intimidated by the hands-on of kind of the speed dating way of doing this, you guys also just offer live demonstrations. So if someone wanted to come and they have more time, maybe they've recently retired and they're interested in a hobby, you guys will do live demos to kind of show people some of the options out there.
Yeah, definitely. All of the discipline areas will have one of our shop leads, one of our experts in that area, that are going to be showing what's capable and the tools that are available and what people can accomplish.
Tell us a little bit about the art scene, big picture in Mankato. And we were down there for the fishing opener last year and had a grand old time walking around downtown, and it is very artsy. Tell us about what makes the community unique.
It is very artsy. It's just there's such a huge diversity of people and different art forms. We have lots of buildings and institutions and infrastructure that's dedicated to art. Mankato artists and organizations are routinely awarded Minnesota State Arts Board grant funds for the work that they're doing in, the creation of visual art or in performance. And so not only is there a really strong artist and maker community, there's a really strong musician community and performance community as well. All sorts of events are popping up in this area as well. We've had a Day of the Dead festival that's been organized by our Old Town Business Group. We have Minnesota, the Manifest Festival that's happening here in May as well. Minnesota Original Music Festival that's happening. We've got all sorts of great organizations that are highlighting arts and culture in Mankato and all of the huge diversity in that as well. So it's really vibrant. It's not as massive as the art scene in St. Paul, but for the size of the community that we have here, it's very healthy.
And thriving.
Awesome. Well, Tyler, thank you. Good luck this weekend, and nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you all. Thanks for having me on.
You bet. We'll post information about the Mankato Makerspace and their event on MinnesotaLive.com.